Hello, stationery friends. It's that time of year again where the Travelers Company has released their 2025 planners, and I ended up picking quite a few things from the Travelers Company. And today we're going to take a quick look at the Travelers Company haul that I brought in, as well as a couple of Hobonichi items as well. Travelers Company 2025 stuff is released. It is October right now at the time of this video, halfway through October, and this is typically when you get the 2025 planner releases from Travelers Company here. This year's theme, and every year they have a different theme if you're new to the Travelers Company. This is something that they do. They release a different theme every year. This year is Love and Trip. Have a nice trip with love, and I picked up a few items here with respect to replenishing my planner setup for 2025. I did experiment with the Hobonichi Tesho A6 earlier this year. As those of you who have been watching my channel know, I gravitated away from it and back into my tried and true setup for Traveler's Notebook. And what I really enjoy about the planner setup in my Traveler's Notebook is it works for me. So I think that's really important when it comes to any sort of stationery explorations, is you try it out and then circle in on what works for you. And the weekly memo, which I'm spoiling myself a little bit, is a tried and true methodology for my planning setup in my Traveler's Notebook. The cool thing about this year in particular is I wasn't just shopping for myself, I was also shopping for my wife, who wanted to explore a Traveler's Notebook regular setup as well in terms of the planner, and my boys, who weren't necessarily interested in planners but wanted to have a few items available for themselves in terms of the refills. So I'll take a look at that. And then there's Hobonichi stuff, which I'll get to in a few minutes. But let's focus in on the Travelers Company Traveler's Notebook. Right away, we've got this beautiful clear folder. This isn't for me. This is for my wife, although I am very tempted by it. It looks quite nice. Big fan of cats. Both my wife and I are. And it's a gorgeous green filed folder with beautiful gold lettering. And this is something my wife really wanted, was just having a folder in the back, very similar to my own setup. This, by the way, is $8 Canadian. The next thing here is the customized stickers set. So this is the theme around Love and Trip. What you get in this, I'm not going to open this up on camera here. I'll probably do that in my planner setup or my Traveler's Notebook setup, just because it's kind of nice to say this for what we do as a family, is put these kinds of things in our stockings and our Christmas gifts. So I'm going to save the novelty of that. I just wanted to open up this guy, I guess, just for the sake of doing that, because I hadn't done that on this channel before. But I have done this, taken apart this guy before. If you're interested, look past years of my Traveler's Notebook hauls. But what you're getting in here, you're getting the theme stickers, you're getting the index stickers, which are these guys here to go on top of your planner. Schedule stickers, clear round stickers, film pocket stickers, and dry transfers. So it comes very complete, runs for $16 Canadian, and I like having it just because it's really nice for me to add some flourish to my planners, which again, if you've taken a look at any of my past planner setup videos, I'll be doing the same thing for 2025 in a month or two. My tried and true setup. This is the weekly memo 2025, and the beautiful thing about this, I won't open this up, is it's pre-populated. Now, one of the things when I was in the store, I had the opportunity, and I've never had this opportunity before. Reed Stationers, our local stationery shop, just started carrying the Hobonichi stuff as well. And there was quite a few suggestions in some of my earlier videos this year about how I didn't like the Tesho A6 from Hobonichi, and I should try out the weekly from Hobonichi. Well, I did, and this is in store, and I took a quick comparison of the size of the two and decided that I was going to stick with the Travelers Company Traveler's Notebook weekly memo setup here. The two are identical in terms of setup. However, one is clearly larger and has more space, and I like having the more space. Gives me more flexibility in terms of how I use my planners and my planner setup. I also like that, and this is being nitpicky, I suppose, there's more of the space of the page itself that is functional. I personally enjoy having the calendar up here, and some might argue that that's wasted space. Then what the Hobonichi has is a quote at the bottom of their pages, which I don't necessarily like just because I like my own quotes. So I feel like I've got a lot more flexibility with the weekly memo. The weekly memo, for those of you who are new to this, for 2025 is actually 2 notebooks in here. And you get a January to June and January to June, yes, that's right, and a July to December. So 2 notebooks in here that are pre-populated. There's a couple of stickers that come in these from Travelers Company as well, and you're able to customize it. This runs for 36 Canadian dollars. Now, the one thing that's new, I've been toying with this all year long. What I really like about the Hobonichi is that there's a monthly spread included in their notebooks. I really like that aspect, and the Travelers Company doesn't have one notebook that captures both the monthly and the weekly memo, so you have to buy each of these separately. There's the monthly, there's the weekly memo, there's a weekly vertical, and there's a daily. I personally enjoy the weekly memo, and I wanted to pick up a monthly and give that a go this year as well. Pre-populated again. It's nothing really special about the monthly here. I'm going to open this one up because I don't think I've done this on the channel, and I want to use this in my planner setup and just having everything in one notebook for me. The way I use my current Traveler's notebook is having my weekly memo, a catch-all notebook in here, then a dot grid in the back that has some of my stationery at 4 channel daily stuff that I'm detailing out or storyboarding. What I'm going to do for 2025 is replace these 3 inserts with a monthly insert, the weekly, and a catch-all, and move my planning detailed thought processes over to a different notebook altogether. So those are my planner setup pickups. It's the monthly, the weekly memo to recap, a sticker, and a clear folder, which I don't need, but my wife does. I'm excited for my wife because this is something that she's been toying with in terms of different planner setups. She's got quite a large planner, and she was looking for a smaller format that she could carry around. Now, talking about Travelers Company, Travelers Notebook, in a recent video, my son wanted to get into the Travelers Notebook, and I had an extra one kicking around. He's using it a lot, but he does need some refills. My other son, my middle son, also fell in love with the Travelers Notebook, and so I had an extra Fodori kicking around, and I picked him up a couple of refills that he will really like. Both my boys have it in the passport size, so there was a few things that I picked up for them. One of my sons really wants a lined notebook because they're just getting used to their handwriting. This runs for 5 Canadian dollars. The one son has sticker release paper. The other son wants it really badly, so the other son's going to get a sticker release paper. This is 8 Canadian dollars. The one son wants a file folder. The other one already has it. This is the 2025 themed file folder, or the clear folder in the passport size. Love and Trip. Have a nice trip with love. Beautiful artwork here. And it's kind of in a pink color. And last but not least, the one son has a plastic board and the other son doesn't, so I decided to make sure that the other one has it because he was envious and wanting one for himself. Love and Trip, beautiful theme, and on the back it's the standard ruler and grid pattern there. This runs for $6.50 Canadian. One more thing that one of the sons wanted, the other one already had, was this specific Travelers Company brass clip. I should preface this, there are much cheaper versions of brass clips out there. The Travelers Company one runs for 24 Canadian dollars. Has a certain aesthetic to it, and my son really wanted that, so this is going in his stocking stuffer. Thankfully, none of my family watches my channel, so none of them will know that they're getting these surprise gifts in their stockings and Christmas, which is fantastic. The one thing I should also mention for my wife, just to round it up, is I'm really wanting to pick her up a cloth zipper insert here. Unfortunately, Travelers Company does not have them available at the time of this video. There was some hint that potentially there was going to be 3 new colors released this fall. It hasn't happened, and I don't think it will. It sounds like it's going to be July of 2025. Don't quote me on that. Seems like that's what's being indicated on the Travelers Company USA website as of now. But in the meantime, my wife does want something that can fit and act as the cloth zipper, and she's opted to have the zip case here. It's plastic. It's basically just a zipper folder and one big sleeve over here. Nothing too crazy. This runs for 10 Canadian dollars. So that was my Traveler's Notebook haul. Just wonderful, beautiful items that my family is going to enjoy. So let's talk about the Hobonichi items that I ended up picking up. There was a lovely pamphlet that was right by the Hobonichi display, and it just kind of walks you through the offerings that they have here. This is the actual page from the A6. I've got lots of beautiful covers that were available there. I have the A5 here, a couple of 6-month sets, and a few other items, but primarily the A6 and the A5. I decided not to pick up any of the planners from Hobonichi because I feel like I've got a really good system with the Travelers Company. But what did catch my eye? Well, a couple of things. This I wanted to surprise my wife with because she does have an A6 cover that she's been wanting to put a notebook in. And this looks really nice. This is a bit of a themed notebook called My Tiny Cardon. Runs for 18 Canadian dollars. Deceiving at first because you think it's graph paper in there, but it's actually just blank with this beautiful design motif at the bottom here. Looks like it has a lot of pages. I think it's 155 pages if I'm reading this correctly. Looks like it's got 155 pages in there. It's a thick book with the standard Hobonichi paper, which I believe in this case, this one does feel like Tomoe, and I think it's Tomoe paper. The other notebook that I ended up picking up here is the A5 plain from Hobonichi. I've been looking for a replacement A5 notebook in the plain. I've been experimenting with the Lockbee, and this caught my eye. It looked very gorgeous, just big sheets of blank pages, lots of pages in here. I don't know how many, but it looks like it's got a ton. It looks like it's thicker Tomoe paper. If I were to guess by the texture and weight of the paper, it feels as I feel it in my hands. But it's a beautiful A5 that I'm going to use as my long form journal. And this A5 runs for 27 Canadian dollars. And then the other cool things that I picked up from Hobonichi here were these Stencil Boards. This is primarily for my boys to include in their Traveler's Notebook. They like having stencils, and this has everything from balls to drinks and everything in between, a little bit of a ruler there as well. This runs for 10. And same thing here. This I got in the larger size for my wife. Just gives you a few more stencils, and she really likes having the ability to draw in dividers and things like that. So I thought it'd be really nice for her to have this as well. This runs for 10 Canadian dollars. So that was my Traveler's Notebook and Hobonichi haul. The last thing that's not related to either is this beautiful sticker set from Midori. It was right beside the two displays there, and I couldn't resist picking this up for my wife. We love cats. We love our cats. She loves cats in particular. And I just thought this was really funny and cute and something she'd enjoy. So this runs for 6 Canadian dollars. There you go. That was my Traveler's Notebook Hobonichi haul. I'm very excited for 2025. I think it's going to be a fantastic year. Still a few more months left to go in 2024. So we're not quite out of the year yet, but very excited and keen to get my planner set up in my Traveler's Notebook when that happens. Thanks very much for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely day. Take care, and bye for now.